What's up, millionaires? It's your boy Millionaire E coming at you with the TV show episode review. Now, the TV show we're going to be talking about is My Hero Academia Season 5, Episode 6. And before we get started, spoiler alert for anyone who's not seen the episode yet. I don't want to spoil it for you. It's a really, really good episode. So, let's get started. So, basically, Class A versus Class B. And our first match was the Class A one. So now our second match, which is Kendo, Kendo, Comic Sans, Mushroom Girl, and Kuro for Class B. And we have Momo, Invisible Girl, Oyama, and Tokoyami. So basically what happened was they got ambushed, which makes it where Tokoyami is with Oyama in the sky while Momo and Invisible Girl are on the ground. So basically what happens is mushrooms start sprouting everywhere. Like on the walls, even on people's noses, on their arms, everything. And what we find out is it's Mushroom Girl's ability. And her ability is she can emit spores from like her skin. Which is, it's a kind of ability. It's not almost like a offensive weapon, as it's more of a, I don't even know if I'd say a defensive weapon either. Quirk. It's kind of in the middle where it can kind of confuse the person because it's like a whole bunch of mushrooms start appearing out of nowhere and you're like, oh, what am I supposed to do? So while this is happening, we get to see not only her quirk, but we also get to see Comic Sans quirk. And the reason why I call him Comic Sans is because of his quirk. Because his face is literally a page of a comic. And what's cool about his quirk is he can literally say words like boom or like bang or pow, and it'll basically come into like a big huge brick of that word. So a big huge block of bam. And the cool thing about it is since the anime is in Japanese, the words he say are also in Japanese. So he'll say bam. And then another thing is when he says it more like fluently, it'll become more like water. So that's pretty cool. So he did that and he separated Momo and Invisible Girl. So while this is happening, not Tokoyama, but Ayama gets ambushed and he gets taken into the jail. So he's out. So basically it's just the three of them. So what happens is also Momo gets ambushed by Kendo, and Kendo they have kind of a similar kind of rivalry. I think they're friends, but I also think they kind of have like a small rivalry of I want to be better than you, you want to be better than me, kind of like Bakugo and Meteora, except it's not as toxic as Bakugo's. Like, I'm going to throw you against a wall, I will crush every single person in this place, like that. So basically she ambushes Momo. Momo's like, oh gosh, she's got her shields up. And one thing about Kendo's quirk is her quirk is basically big hands. Like her hands can grow large. So she's giving like super punches all the way to Momo. And Momo thinks of a way. She makes literally a cannon. And she shoots like this item to Tokoyami. Because she tricked Kendo into thinking that she was going to blast the big huge word wall. But instead, she shoots these items that Tokoyami gets, and he meets Invisible Girl, and it was heat signature glasses, or heat glasses, basically, where you can see people via their heat, because the thing about it is, Kuro's power is he can manipulate himself into the dark. So the place that they were in, it was very disadvantaged, because he could just go into the shadows and appear out of nowhere. So basically, long story short, Tokoyami sees Mushroom Girl and Kuro, and he goes after them, while Invisible Girl goes after Comic Sans dude. So she's beating down Comic Sans dude. She's just bam, 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 bam. So she's almost about to take him out. Then Kendo grabs him, and what we find out is that Momo had planned a lot. And what I mean, because literally when Kendo defeated her, Momo had she had attached her hand to the cannon, then also had a whole bunch of cables wrapped around Kendo. So basically Kendo was carrying Momo and the cannon with her. So And then also, like, she had a plan. She basically was underestimated, basically. And the thing was, even Kendo was like, literally, this is not a dub for me. I didn't win against her. Like, we went, you know that term, they won by the seat of their pants, or I don't know. But it's like you win, but it's like the slightest part you could have lost. Because the thing is, Tokoyami literally he got Mushroom Girl and Kuro, but then the only thing that stopped him was Mushroom Girl unleashed like a poisonous mushroom, which I was like, that's a bit villainous, don't you think? Where basically it ended up taking down Tokoyami. So Class A lost, but then again, Class A was on the verge of winning. So it was like it was like almost like a teeter-totter. They could either go this way or that way. So I was like, this is one of the battles that I was like, wow, I'm so happy about it, because it was like both teams, not entirely like one team was over the whole team. It was like they all were putting it in, putting all their work in. Gave each team a run for their money. So I'm like, this is why this was a cool episode for me. I mean, like I said, I love the quirks. I love Comic Sans dude's quirk. His quirk is very, very cool. And remember, like the video, subscribe, and if you're subscribed, click that bell icon to be notified for more videos. And I'll see y'all later in the next video. Bye, y'all, and have a blessed day.